And welcome everybody here in Twitch chat and everybody on YouTube for Jinx Spotlight Day. We have 4 different Jinx decks with all with different regions that we're going to be trying out in Ranked, and we're going to be playing the most popular and probably the most popular Jinx deck to start with. We're going to be playing Discard Burn. All the rest of them, we're going to just name them after the champions and have Jinx in them. We're going to have Kalista Jinx, Azir Jinx, and Lulu Jinx. They will all be aggressive Jinx decks, because Jinx is a very aggressive champion. But this is going to be the classic that we'll start with. Draven, Jinx, all the discard for this Discard Burn deck. Because you do want to be able to empty your hand to be able to level up Jinx. And so then at round start, you're going to be drawing an additional card. And you get to create some Super Mega Death Rockets and kill your opponent fairly quickly. Jinx is a real powerful champion when it can get going. I'm sure you all have seen this deck plenty of times. A couple of things about the list that I'm going to be playing. I want to play a Draven's Biggest Fan because I want to have Draven quite a bit, but I don't really want like 3 Draven's Biggest Fans, right? So we're splitting up this 1-drop slot with 2 Rear Guard, 1 Draven's Biggest Fan out of those. And then since hopefully we have Draven quite a bit, we should have Spinning Axes, and with Spinning Axes we can have Survival Skills. Survival skills can also kind of go along with, in combat, you can also like get excited, play that, discard the survival skills. That's another way to be able to help protect your champions. But we're going wide, right? Like it's a House Spider deck, with Arena Battlecaster, going wide, and then getting Crowd Favorite up in there. And Crowd Favorite's another good card to survival skills and protect. So that's gonna be our list. So let's go ahead and get to it. Like I said, we'll go play 5 games in Ranked. We got our Jinx board. Okay, same regions. They're also playing Draven, but they're going a little bit bigger with Ezreal. We're gonna go ahead and mulligan those. Keep the 2 1s. I guess the Portal Cannon could be nice with Vision, but I'm still just going to get rid of it. There we go. That's a better card to discard. So they do have Ballistic Bot. Flame Choppers can just challenge the Ballistic Bots. Okay, we'll take it. Trade 1 mana for 3 mana. Not a bad trade.
It's Draven time.
All right, get Draven out here. Now, while I could attack for 7 immediately, I think we play Crowd Favorite first. We do empty our hand pretty quickly. Oh, that's not good. But of course, even though we do empty the hand pretty quickly, we have the Experimenter. They can refill it a little bit. Good showing so far without finding a champion. Not the best crowd favorite right there, but still, like a 4-3 overwhelm is, that's reasonable, right? Like there's nothing wrong with that. The Rebel Monkey kind of goes pretty well on this board too.
I've had enough of you.
I think I'm just going to attack. And play Experimenter. Alright, so they're at 6 life. which they don't have any Nexus healing.
What's the worst that could happen?
We've seen one get excited so far.
I wonder.
Good thing we got that rummage, right? Like those first two cards I was like a little worried about, but then we got the rummage. We don't need to show them those cards right now though, right? Like we just didn't need to do that at the end of the round and give them more information.
I thought you'd never ask. One shot, all skill. Nailed it.
So we can kind of assume they're going to kill the house spider.
Can you improve perfection?
Charge. They don't know what
Nope.
they're up against.
Took down Flame Chompas. Yeah, got no champions at all. Like, you know, halfway through the deck, like, you know, we're still in here pretty well, even though we didn't find a single champion. Not too much of a Jinx spotlight so far. One game in.
Striking looks and stunning wit.
There we go.
My experiments.
I guess I don't need to cast the vision. I mean, I'm casting the vision anyway, but I guess I don't have to immediately.
Obstacle, meet gauntlet.
I could let them block first, but I don't think it really changes anything.
No sweat.
Three Mystic Shots, and I don't think any of them were Ezreal's Mystic Shots. They're just all regular Mystic Shot. So that's 6 damage to me. Okay, we gotta empty our hand before they can kill the Jinx, so we can get the Super Mega Death Rocket and kill them. That's the plan. So we'd love to find like a rummage. We've already seen both of our Poro Cannons.
Now it's a party.
Burst Spell is good, but Draven not as good. I can't empty, so we gotta just be able to
Watch and learn.
play Draven. Okay. So we will have priority. They're not going to just kill Jinx immediately, so that means that we get to
Party has arrived.
empty our hands.
Now we're cooking.
And Super Mega Death Rocket should take it down, because now we get priority next. So unless they have 10 damage with those two spells in hand. That's one where they should be like attacking with Ezreal and also casting that like during combat. But put me down to 8. I guess it wouldn't really matter though. But all right, so finally we found our champions there at the very end. Jinx found us a Draven,
And maybe those other guys.
but you know, Jinx won that game. Thresh, Nasus. Get rid of both visions. I don't know. Yeah. Ugh. I don't know about that, but all right. So what's our plan? So it's like Urchin.
The Emperor commands, the land obeys. Azir's command.
Yeah. I think we go House Spider next. Okay, now Battlecaster.
Hold ready to reckon. Sand and blood.
Wow, okay, so they had nothing on round 2 or 3. Alright, so crowd favorite right now would get +4/+4, so it'd be a 6/5. You can just cast the Jury Rig and then make it a 7/6. But I kind of wonder if it's better just to play Draven's Biggest Fan and Battlecaster, and then next round play crowd favorite. Kind of thinking it may be. Let's lead with Battlecaster.
That's a yikes. I guess we're really doing this.
That's got to be like Black Spear, right? Yeah. So like if I would have played like one of these other things, so that's why I just immediately went to attacks, because that Battlecaster still dealt 3 damage.
Is he here yet? Oh man.
The party has arrived.
It's Draven, the glorious executioner.
Time for the moneymakers.
So Vile Feast is like the only card they have that can save them.
Axes coming right up.
Perfect. 2-0.
All me. And maybe those other guys. Whatever.
Alright, Thresh Nasus again. Our opponent didn't do anything on round 2 or 3 last round, and then just played a Spirit Leech on 4, right? Like, they didn't have a very good hand. I'm expecting this match to be much more difficult than what that was. We'll keep the Urchin Flame Chompers combo. Rearguard's a good one. Draven's chilling in here. Nothing really to mulligan.
Forgetting is death to an immortal. Reporting in? No place for me.
No, they realize that the rearguard can't block. I was like, maybe they'll be scared. You never know. I don't know. I could just attack right now and get three points of damage for sure in. The problem is, like, if they play like the, like a 1-mana 2/1 or something, I think maybe we just get 3 points of damage in. Yeah.
Emperor commands.
Good thing we did that.
Land obeys.
Because then, like, the Doomkeeper blocks the 2/1, and then that's a mess. Hey, Saigumba.
I have the best job.
The waters give, the breath takes. All life must end.
Sand and blood.
This is gonna hurt for you.
So I was going to use Spinning Axe and block like one of these like 3 power things with Urchin, but you know, whenever they threw that out there, just got to, you know, not block anything else. Gotta change up our tactic. Okay, another Draven.
Rules are made to be broken. Like buildings. Or people.
You should try blinking sometime. Let's boogie.
Remember life well.
And this time they did have the Vile Feast.
Time for the money makers. Draven down.
Man, that was definitely the best possible card they could have here is this Thresh. This is not good. So the only way for me, because I need to level up, because they're going to challenge Jinx, right? So like the only way for me to level up Jinx is to, because like if I play Draven, we can't level up Jinx, because we play Draven, then we get the Spinning Axe, and I can't get rid of every card. So therefore, I have to play the rear guard and discard Draven.
You won't get past me.
And gotta really hope they don't have a second Vile Feast. Because if I'm doing this and they have a second Vile Feast.
We are doing it!
If they don't have a second Vile Feast, you know, Jinx can win this. But if they do, we're gonna hopefully have to top deck another Jinx or an Augmented Experimenter. Which those wouldn't be bad draws anyway. Alright, good. No Vile Feast.
Watch your step!
See, I'm going Rocket first to kill the 1/1. Certainly hope they don't have Black Spear. But this would let me get more damage in on them.
The desert by my side.
Okay, that didn't work exactly as I was hoping it would. Guess I should have just attacked. Wow, and they drew the second Vile Feast. Alright, well sometimes your opponents have the cards. GG's. That was a wonderful, wonderful hand. Good game. Thanks for that resub there on Twitch Prime. Alright, well unfortunately we're facing the same matchup again. Alright, first sub of the day. Because they have the power to stick with us, that's for sure. Okay, prediction started.
See what we see, soldier.
They have 1-mana House Spider.
Azir's command. They forgot. You cannot. I have the best job.
What am I attacking with?
We love it when they run.
Let's boogie.
Anything helps.
What are you waiting for?
I guess we're just attacking with everything.
Keep your distance.
You're dead meat.
Time for the money makers.
Okay. So, cleared up their board. They got a few slays. But as of right now...
Who's ready to wreck it?
Okay. And they'll use that 4-3 to kill the Draven, you'd assume.
Oh, it is a great day for a reckoning.
Draven down.
Rummage. Oh, that survival skills is pretty nice.
I salute you.
At least it can be.
Mine's as big as his biceps. It's the seed.
Arda's gonna make a meal of them.
I guess I pull this thing. No, maybe I just pull this. So if I pull this, so definitely the 1-1 blocks the Urchin, and then like an 0-1 blocks one of those things. They would take 6, 7, 8, 9. Then I'm gonna spinning axe here. No, maybe I just pull this. Okay.
This one's a fight.
Pulling the 4-3 means that like I have to survival skills, but maybe I don't really necessarily want to. Battlecaster dies, but we get to keep the survival skills. Alright, so they're down to 3. If we win this game, which is what it looks like right now, it'd be pretty impressive winning this matchup 2 out of 3 times, I think. Like this. This deck looks quite good that my opponent's playing. Yeah, we're just gonna put this in. And let's attack.
Blood glory. Destined to die.
And that's it. There we go. No Withering Wail. No W. Alright, 3-1. GG's. And Irelia Azir. So someone in chat was saying earlier that this is a good matchup for discard burn. We shall see. Our hand is a little slow though. Let's get rid of those two. The good news, they are only getting 3 cards, everything but this card right here. So you kind of think like this is going to be like a 1-dropper or something like that. Kind of weird to discard Battlecaster, but oh man, I would have discarded Augmented Experimenter. But it's better than not playing anything. I think this is better than passing with how our deck works and everything.
Hang on, Buzzball.
Hey,
They'll never see us coming.
Oh.
the party has arrived.
It's Draven, the glorious
Draven has good voice lines.
Axes coming right up.
Dunekeeper is so good. Yeah.
someone get him off.
Because it's basically either just make that attack and you get your spinning axe, or deal 4 damage to them, but then have both of these die to just the Doomkeeper. Like, that's pretty rough. Try and trade away both of them like that.
Hang on, Zern.
Greater things await. This is gonna hurt for you.
Man, very good hand opponent.
My beautiful face. In Shurima's name.
Showtime.
Your Emperor commands. Shurima is sand and sky, past and present.
Anything else?
Dissident.
Let's dance.
Wow. Didn't block the Battlecaster. That's surprising.
To the street. Show them the
Gosh,
might of
that
our
card is
army.
unbeatable.
Shows of power excite the people and quell our enemies.
Well,
It is time.
Time for the main event.
Arise. The order is given.
don't just shoot this dancing droplet. How? I can't level up Jinx, can I? I can't. It's just not possible.
Everyone goes boom!
The answer is here somewhere.
Oh, I guess I should discard Spinning Axe and just give +1 to something. Hey, Rose.
I'll give you to the count of
So our best possible card to see right now is like a Rummage, right? Like whatever 2 cards in a Rummage. Okay, because Rummage would let us empty our hand and then, you know, make a Super Mega Death Rocket. But that was the best card for us to see on our side. This is the worst card for us to see on our opponent's side. This is kind of ridiculous.
Yeah, okay.
Everything is on the line.
Stand down.
mean, you can't block. You're just not going to do anything.
The sun rock got me good. There's a blast from the past. Well,
Ready, willing, and ready.
So sometimes you just gotta give it to your opponent. You know, like that's a great hand, right? Like we,
now it's a party.
you know, Thresh, Nasus, and really Azir are amazing decks if they have, you know, they got their cards. Like they're amazing decks. So gotta give it up.
Boo.
Overall, our deck looked really, really good, though, right? It looked really competitive. It looked like your opponent has to have, like, fantastic hand and, you know, like, fantastic curve and stuff to be able to hang with you. But it looks like this deck consistently, every single game, is going to be doing something really powerful. And, you know, sometimes you won't, you know, you don't always win, right? Like, your opponents, you know, are playing their cards also. And so we saw that. So we won 3 out of the 5. But it felt more like whenever we lost, it was because our opponent did something crazy, or you know, like just had like, you know, really spectacular hand, more so than like our deck, like all 5 games, it looked really good, right? You know, so I think that's a really good sign, right? Like that means that you probably play a vast majority of games like where you're going to be doing really well. There's not nearly as much like Withering Wail in the metagame right now. You know, there's just not. Like there is like some Lysandra Trundle that, you know, will have like some Avalanche and Withering Wail and stuff, but it's not. But they also have a lot of cards that aren't very good in the matchup, right? Like they have like all their combo pieces and things like that, like where you can still go out and win that matchup as well. There's not like before. There's always been like Anivia decks that were really designed for this kind of discard burn and things like that, but there's not as much of that, and there's a lot more even like other like aggressive decks, and this deck usually does really well in an aggressive metagame because it's just kind of faster than everything else. So I was really impressed with the discard burn, and yeah, I could definitely see winning like 3 out of 5 very consistently with this deck, you know, maybe even like 3.5, 4 out of 5, like very consistently. So yeah, this looked great, you know. So you want, you know, as far as rank up decks go, maybe just bringing back the old classic. Looked very good. Anyway, so those of y'all watching later on YouTube, hit that like button over there, and of course, as always, feel free to leave those comments. I guess the one deck we didn't really play against was the Targon Demacia that has like some lifesteal units and things like that, and they got bigger blockers. So we didn't really see how that matchup played out, but I wouldn't be too scared playing it against really Azir and Thresh Nasus just consistently. But all right, but that's going to be it here for Discard Burn. So thank you again so much for watching, and I'll see you for the next video.